And Lindsay's here. We got some new folks coming in. How is everyone today? Pretty good? So everyone want to go around round robin and talk about what is going on with them? Let me introduce myself first before we get started. So my name is Madam Z and I am the magical, ooh, do I have an echo? I am the magical life coach of Revolution of Witches, and I teach and empower women through magic. And this is our very first healing circle of in the Revolution of Witches, and I'm trying to do this probably every Wednesday instead of going live in the group, just to do something different for all of us, especially since we extra some extra healing, some extra connection, and time together on what's going on. So I want us to go around round robin. Tell us where you're from, and let us know what your favorite magical tool is if you have one, or what you're reading, or something fun and witchy about yourself. So anybody want to start?
Somebody else start. I'm putting in my order for dinner.
Oh, Mariah, you want to go?
I always go first. What the heck? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Mariah. I am in Seattle, King County, the West Coast epicenter. So my favorite, oh my gosh, favorite magical tool? Come on, Susie. I kind of inspired by the retreat that Susie did in October.
Yeah.
I bought a fan recently. It's a pheasant feather fan.
Oh, nice.
And it is so beautiful. I bought it from a small shop in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's sitting on I'm looking at it right now. That's my favorite tool. I am currently reading about the runes of Northern Europe because that is an area of study for me.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, thank you.
Of course, of course.
And Ellen, you want to go next? I'm just going around in like the checkered box thing. No particular order.
I am in Cedar Park, which is just north of Austin, where Susie is. We got our mandatory shelter in place yesterday, but I haven't actually been out of the house since Friday. I got temporary laid off from my job on Friday, but other than getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, I'm not too upset about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to miss the paycheck. I applied for unemployment. It is what it is. So, but I guess my favorite is probably my cauldron. Because I use that to burn my herbal incenses, which I create. I create my own herbal incenses, and I use my cauldron to burn my incenses. So that would be my favorite.
I love the cauldron. That's why my coven is called the Cauldron of the Witch's Moon, because I love the cauldron. Every witch has to have a cauldron, right? Whether it's a small little portable one or whether it's a big huge one. I have a couple of medium-sized ones that are outside that I have plants in, flowers and that kind of stuff. So all right, thanks for sharing. So Kim, you want to go next?
Sure. I don't know how much I have to say, but I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. And as you know, that's a big center of the COVID-19. We have been ordered to only take emergencies at work. So I work in a dental office. So I'm working very, very part-time right now, but mostly at home. And I don't know if I have a favorite tool yet. I guess stones. I like to use a lot of stones. I always incorporate them in anything I do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here.
Good. Thanks for coming to circle with us. And Tanya, you still ordering dinner?
No. It's all taken care of. Thanks for waiting.
So what's your favorite tool, witchy sister?
The payday ritual is my fella brings dinner home when he comes home. So
yeah,
he needed to know what he needed to pick up.
Okay, so I'm Tanya, and I'm in Newark, Ohio, which is basically in the middle of the state, not too far from the capital, Columbus.
Mhm.
And gosh, what else? We have been, our governor has been all over the news with our leading the nation and our shut it down, shut it down, shut it down.
Yeah.
But I'm a homebody anyway, so it's really not that different for
Yeah.
me. So, I'm here. My son's not working, but I think he's doing all right. My fella is working because he works with developmentally disabled adults.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he's actually working extra hours right now because their day habs had to be closed. So he's working
Right.
at the home.
Do you have a
But we're doing
magical tool?
okay. Gosh, I rely on my tarot cards for everything.
I know.
So,
I have like 12 of them on I was like, I need to put some of these away. So I have space on my desk.
yeah.
Way too much.
Yeah, but that's they're everything. So
Yeah.
I think that would have to be my choice, at least right this minute.
Till it changes, right?
Till it change.
Something else is called in. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tanya. So, Jacqueline, you want to share with us? Oop, I think I have to unmute. you.
Okay.
There you go. Gotcha. We
Okay.
got
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm new. This is my very first time. My name is Jackie, and I'm from San Antonio. I actually, I was on the Mystic Market
Yeah.
chat on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's how, that was me.
Yeah.
And I was just really drawn to your energy. I just could feel your passion. And out of all of the vendors that were there, I just felt an immediate connection to you. So
Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to meet you guys.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Do you have a magical tool?
So I'm so new to all of this, and I'm hoping that you can help me, come out of the closet, or how did you call it? Out of the broom closet?
Yeah.
So I obviously like, crystals and stuff like that. And, I do have a couple of tarot decks, and I desperately want to learn tarot but learn it well, and it's really important to me. I want to help others as best as I can. And I feel that it's very important to connect with others that, can mentor me and teach me and be there for me. And that's why I felt a connection to you.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us.
Sure.
I know it was kind of hard for everybody to go live and be a little bit vulnerable, but we created a sacred space for us to heal. And so welcome to the circle. Just
thank you.
Get a drink, settle in. You're among sisters. So we welcome you as a new sister.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Lindsay, my friend Lindsay. Hey, Kim's here.
Hello.
What's up, Lindsay? I hadn't seen you around in forever.
Oh, I've been avoiding.
When the shit really goes down, we all just want to go back into our cave, right?
Well, and with this like Anubis popping into my head every couple days thing, I'm like, he's finally like, if you don't start writing this stuff down, I'm gonna start like doing that every night.
Correct.
I'm like, oh my God. Okay, fine. So you'll start seeing more from me, I promise.
Good.
I am in, for those that don't know, I am in Idaho. Southern Idaho. I am in this cute little town that apparently is one of the few that actually doesn't have any confirmed cases yet. So we're I'm not saying it's not here, because the place that I moved away from, we kind of got some nudges to move away from 2 years ago, is the epicenter of it in Idaho. So I'm really glad we're not there anymore. Idaho just got the mandatory stay-at-home order today. So we're kind of stressing just a little, like, I feel like we're like late to the game because most people are already dealing with this, but my husband was just busting his butt trying to get some work done for his clients, and he's like, well, that's the end of that. They get to deal with their bathroom that's torn down to the studs for the next month because now I can't finish it. So that's how we're doing. I've got my wine. This might be my favorite magical tool.
I I love it.
You know, the heathens in the background making me nuts.
That's
My
it.
favorite magical tool is obviously, like, Susie's going to be super fucking surprised by this, I'm sure, is sigils.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my zone of genius.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got them like sitting all over my desk that I've made for myself and kind of made out of boredom. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to be stuck at home, I'm going to like magic the crap out of my life and house. So that's my favorite.
That's what
My
I'm
other
about to do.
My other little obsession right now is runes, because I took a little class on them and got a new set, and they're like super talkative. So I'm like,
Yeah.
new toys.
Exactly. All right. Thanks, Lindsay. Appreciate it. And I don't know if Kim wants to talk or not. Do you want to talk? Kim's like, probably no. Or you can type. Kim's like, I'm just going to listen. Kim is a really good friend of mine, and we do ghost hunting together. So you may see her around. Oh, Kim said, hey, y'all. She's eating dinner. So, hey, Kim. Hey, Kim. Everybody says, hey, Kim. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get started. I want us to do a little healing circle. And I was pulled to work with our heart chakra today. So we're going to do some heart chakra work. I want you to get either a pen and paper out, or just visually write things down in your mind, or however you want to manifest it. And with that, and we're going to do just a short little heart chakra kind of clearing out. And then we're going to go around one by one, and I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to really voice what you really need from our circle, what you are struggling with, how we can help you, or how we can come together as a sisterhood and heal some of your anxiety, some of your worries, some of your uncertainties about what's going on, and really dive deep into your magic. Okay? So, where's my heart chakra? Does everybody have their pen and paper, or do you guys need time? So if nobody has worked with heart chakras, it is traditionally the color green. Sorry for the glare or reflection on my computer camera. So we're going to be using with this color and this symbol. So if you want to write that symbol for the heart chakra on your piece of paper, go ahead and do that. My nose is itching, y'all. And I'll hold that up a little bit. And it would be really good if you guys have a green pen or a green piece of paper, but it's not necessary. But if you ever want to do anything with heart chakras, the color green traditionally is used. But for me, because my practice is a little bit different, and I teach my clients to work on their own magic, the heart chakra to me is always pink. So I would use a pink. But traditionally, I want you to know that it is traditionally the color green. Okay. So I'm going to light a green candle for our circle tonight, our healing circle. Evidently, I have a torch candle. And it's like, whoosh. So this is going to keep us together as long as the candle is lit, as long as we are in circle. If we do some meditation tonight, which we'll do some small, short meditations, and we kind of get a little airy, or we kind of get way out there, I want you to envision this light, this flame, this sacred wave that's going to bring you back to center and bring you back to where we are in the present. Okay? And that is burning. And that has a little bit of sage and some citrus in it. Sage is for protection. The citrus is really just light and happiness, energetic. So I think we need a little bit of joy and happiness in what's going on in our life today. All right, so let's go ahead and close our eyes as I clear the energy out from the sacred, so we can clear the energy for sacred space. And I am going to use sound today to clear out. Small little singing bowl. For you guys who are new, just a little teaching moment here. Different ways you can clear spaces through salt, sacred water, moon water, spring water, incense. I love tobacco for that. Palo Santos, rosemary is really good. Flame is really good. Crystals are really good. So any of those kind of combinations or anything that you're drawn to is really good for creating sacred space. And singing bowls and sound and rattles and drums and all of those kind of tools, magical tools that we talked about, is good for clearing sacred space. So I want us to sit in a comfortable position. And I want us to do 4 breaths in and 4 breaths out. With every breath, we get deeper into our heart center. As the sacred spider moves, it weaves its web to bring together magic. And we are weaving our craft today as I call in my ancestors, my guides, my goddesses, to work with us during our healing circle today. From one end of the web to the other end of the web, we are weaved together in magic and connected together by the silk fabrics of time that bring us together as one energy field, one powerful force, as we work on healing our chakras for humanity, from Mum Gaia, from the earth, for the universe. And right now I'm creating sacred space for us as I envision me casting the circle of protection, of love, of healing around all of us as we work our sacred magic today. We are now at sacred space, and now we can begin our healing. We can begin writing. And when you are ready, come back to center. Open your eyes slowly. And I'm going to get my green pin out. All right, so let me make some room on my altar today. So I want you to write about what you want to heal within yourself or heal within the universe, humanity, Mom Gaia, what you really need to work on for healing. As you know, or you may know, may not know, the heart chakra is about love and compassion and opening yourself up to others. So the key word is I love. It's about unconditional love, which is sometimes hard for what we're going through right now, especially all the social media stuff we're seeing, all of the social posts, all of the media, all of the conferences that are coming up. It's hard to have that unconditional love to bring into the heart center for healing during this time. So it's about being compassionate, living in harmony, relationships, and healing. Is the link for me, because the heart center is right here, right in the middle of your chest. It is, for me, a link between the mind, body, and soul. So if your heart chakra is clogged, then the rest of it is going to be clogged also. So you want to take some time to balance this for you in yourself. Learning to forgive, learning to be more compassionate, which is hard for some of us, especially in what's going on now. So while we are working on bringing in the energy of the heart chakra, I want you always to keep in mind of the color green, the symbol that you wrote on the paper. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to write down what you need to do to open your heart chakra more. What compassion do you want to bring forward? What forgiveness do you need to work on? Who do you want to heal? Do you want to heal yourself? Do you want to heal others? Do you want to be more compassionate toward your neighbor? Or a healing kind of energy did you want to send out for the world, for humanity, for the nation? What exactly do you want to heal? So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. I'm going to try to turn on some music. And if you feel called to write down any kind of symbols or colors or feelings, you may want to do some heart chakra channeling. So let me go ahead and try to get some music going on for you. Does everybody hear that okay? Okay, good. And if you don't feel like writing and you just want to sit and listen to the meditation, that's fine also. Okay, When you're ready, come back to center. And we are working with the green heart chakra color. I did a little bit of automatic writing and a little bit of calling in some, well, I wouldn't even call them ancestors. Whoever wanted to come in and share their message, and I will share that with you. Let me rip these out. So anybody want to share what they have written down? We can do some healing work. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Where did all of it go to?
Well, something came to me that I thought was it was a different idea than how I've been thinking over the last couple of weeks, and it was the idea that, you know, we don't always have to be focused on trying to bring light to every situation.
Right.
And not to, I'm not saying don't be positive. I'm saying that in this scenario, knowing that there's so much that we have no control over.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of trying to convince the people around us who are really down, instead of trying to convince them it's all going to be okay, it's all right, just think positive, put a smile on your face, instead of doing all the love and light, the statement that came to me was, when the sun doesn't shine, plant a moon garden.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's exhausting trying to keep everyone around you up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it. You can't take responsibility for everyone's emotional and mental well-being.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of those times where we need to take a step back and say, okay, am I using all my energy to try and be all, you know, shiny and bright all the time?
Exactly.
When there's real work that can be done.
True. And if anybody's worked with me, they know that, which that's interesting, and I'll share with you later on after, share with everybody about what I channeled. But I really believe that you still can do some powerful magic in the dark. You don't have to be all light and love. I love working in the dark. I love doing inner work. And people who are high vibe all the time, they burn out. It's the same thing as you pull a sun card. Everybody's like, oh, it's a sun card. I'm like, bitch, the sun is my enemy. You will get burned. So it's not all love and light, just like you said, Tanya, right? Yeah, I love that. Anything else you would like to share with the group?
I pulled up, I have a deck called the Energy Oracle cards, and the fourth chakra card is the Archangel Raphael, and there's an affirmation in the book for every card. Mm-hmm. And the affirmation for the heart chakra says, my heart center, my fourth chakra, is open to its perfect, healthy, and joyful state. Mm-hmm. The energy of love flows through me now. I live in love.
Correct.
What a great goal. Exactly. Maybe I'll get there someday.
I know. Strive to live in, love all the time, especially when you're just bombarded with negative stuff all the time. And I don't know about you, but I had to cut back my social media, and I had to, every morning, I'm like, all right, I got 10 minutes of the news, and that's it. I got stuff I got to do. I got people I need to uplift, people that I need to heal. I need to be there for my people. I can't, sit and listen to the stuff, negative stuff all the time, because it changes your mental kind of capacity,
for sure.
right?
For sure.
So
You can't
especially
invest on
when,
that.
yeah. So I limit myself to social media. I limit myself to who I listen to. There's been a couple of people who not to get political, but most people who I'm aligned with aren't really aligned with Trump and what's going on kind of thing. So I had to really just unfriend those people just because I just couldn't deal with their stuff anymore. And I was like, okay. So, you have to remove yourself from people who you don't feel that you're aligned with in order for other people to come in who you're aligned with.
Right, for
Yep.
sure.
All right, thanks, Tanya. Ellen, would you like to share?
I just have been thinking for the last few days. My tendency is always to just shut myself off if something's wrong, especially with me. Like,
Yeah.
you'll know that something's wrong with me maybe by my expression or my lack of communication, but I don't ever verbalize what's going on with me. So I don't really share a lot about myself with people usually. I don't know why. I'm sort of closed off. I may be back from my childhood, who knows. But anyway, so
It's protection.
yeah, I guess. Well, it's a fear of rejection for me. I always have that in like the back of my head saying, don't reach out, you have this fear of rejection thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So what I would like to offer anybody who wants to take me up on it is if you ever feel the need that you want to reach out to somebody, I would welcome you to send me a Facebook message, video chat with me on Facebook if you want. Add me on Facebook if I'm not already your friend. I offer, I'm not a love and lighter, so I'm not going to be like, oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I dropped my thing. Sorry about that, Ellen.
We don't know that everything's going to be okay. But what I will say is if you reach out to me, I offer you no judgment as to whatever the hell you need to do to get through this. If you call me up and you say, I just ate a whole bag of potato chips, I'm going to be like, well, me too, Or I just, I'm drinking I hope you're not drinking a whole bottle of anything, but, I'm drinking 2 glasses of wine. I'm going to be like, well, good for you. Just remember to hydrate in between,
You gotta do what you gotta do to get through it.
Sleep all day. Okay, sleep all day. Just remember to get up and have some water and have something to eat and go back to bed, Whatever you got to do to get through this crazy stuff, because we don't know how long this is going to last. And I just want to say I'm there for anybody that wants somebody to be there for them. And
Thank
I'm an
you.
herb person, so I'm going to say, oh, well, if you have these herbs, go make this tea, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's all. I just offer kindness, support if you need support, if you need to reach out, I'm here.
Thank you for that. Ellen and Kim says that she resonates with that, Ellen. So yeah. Thank you for offering that. We appreciate that. So, all right, Lindsay, would you like to share what you wrote down or anything, any advice or any magical healing that you would like to offer to the center circle?
Most of the stuff that came up in the writing was just realizing how much more compassion I need to have for myself. Because I'm really trying to have more compassion for my kids. Because, let's face it, my kids are very sensitive, obviously. So they're picking up on things. They know something's wrong. Up till this point, our lives haven't really changed that much. Because I'm pretty much a homebody, and so this isn't that different for them. But from here on out, with Corey being home every day, like he's got one thing he has to go do tomorrow, and from there on out it's like, daddy's home every day, which like I think they're gonna love, but they're also gonna be like, okay, what's going on? And they're still so little that you can't really explain it. Like yesterday I needed to go to the store, and I don't want to take the kids out of the house at this point. And you would have thought that I had been like, someone would have told Brom I was dead with the way he started screaming, because I was going to leave without him. And I'm trying to have more compassion for them. but kind of in this writing, I realized that in that I'm not really having more compassion for myself, for the fact that it's like I do get frustrated with them because they're 2 and 5. Like they're and going back to just love and compassion and forgiveness for my relationship with money and the stories that I've been handed about money and women making money, and a lot of that has come up. So I was sitting there doodling a sigil for compassion, which I think I might turn around and sell, but I would be willing to share with the ladies that are here on live on this call.
Yeah, we would love that.
You're welcome to look me up on Facebook, Lindsay Rainwater.
Awesome. Lindsay's our sigil, resident sigil maker.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thanks for sharing. And Kim, do you want to type in what you want to share with us, or are you just like hard pass? And while she's typing, we'll just wait a little bit. So yesterday, we had to go out, and I haven't been really listening to stuff. I listen, but I prep and I pay attention, but everybody's just crazy, and I'm just sitting here trying to do the best I can. And then we had to go out to go get milk or something, and so then we had to come in and do all this crazy stuff, and I was like, I used the wrong hand towel, and Blair's like, that's the wrong hand towel, that's for like clean sanitized shit. And I was lost it. I was like, fuck this shit, I ain't got time for this shit. And I was like, I'm done with this. I just want to go out, run in the street naked, and say, just fucking virus, fuck you, I don't care. You know, because I'm just like, the norm is different. And then you just have your point where it's a change for everybody, different routine, right? And so it's just getting back into the routine of something normal and just being more mindful and changing the way we do things. And I'm like, I'm not going out again because it's just too much of a hassle to come in, change your gloves, wash your clothes, wash your hands 5 million times, strip your clothes off, put your shoes on that you use in the house, got to keep your shoes off. And I was like, it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I'll just stay inside. But I was like, I'm done. And so the rest of the day, I just slammed my door. I was like, I'm watching horror movies the rest of the day by myself, me and my dog. So fuck y'all. And I'm usually a strong person, but I was like, I just had a huge breakdown. And I was like, I'm not talking to any of y'all anymore for the rest of the day. But I'm kind of like Ellen too. I'm just kind of like, I don't reach out, and I just kind of like stay by myself also and just keep working and doing my own thing. So I kind of retreat a little bit. So go back into my cave. So Kim said mostly the same themes, compassion for others. And she's like, me too, I'm done. Yeah, I'm over it. And it's not even, it's just a different kind of thing, different kind of norm for sure. So Jackie, do you want to share with us? You have to unmute you.
Okay.
Gotcha.
There you go. All right. So in alignment with our current theme right now, it is more about compassion for myself, actually. I feel like I have so much compassion and non-judgment and forgiveness for others, but I lack that for myself.
Correct.
And I think that, that hypercriticalness of self is really prevented me from stepping into my power. And that's where I'm hoping that you guys can help.
You have lots of powerful women around you, so yeah.
Yeah, I can see. And I know sometimes, from the outside looking in, it looks like procrastination to some, that are closest to me, but I think it's more fear-based.
Yeah.
What if people don't accept me? I think that's the underlying root cause of what's going on. I have a corporate job, kind of an 8 to 5 job. I do very well at it. I definitely thrive in that structure.
Yeah.
And I've been in corporate America for over 20 years, but I don't feel like that is my purpose. But because of that fear of what if they don't accept me, it's really prevented me from taking that next step.
Yeah.
I always emerged kind of organically as a leader in whatever I do, especially in the workplace. So a part of me is like, Jackie, wake up. What's wrong with you? You have the skills, you have the quality, you have the heart. Why not step into your power?
Right.
And so that's definitely something that I struggle with. And like I said, I'm hoping that you guys can help me with that. I really, right now I have this unquenchable thirst to learn everything. And I know that I can't. It's just not possible. So when I heard you speaking on Saturday, you know, that's what really stuck with me. You know, I can help you find, you know, that you know, your purpose, and that's where I'm at right now. I just have so much, you know, desire to learn, and that's great, but I really need to find a lane.
Yeah.
And stay in it.
Well,
so
you
I can start helping people.
Yeah, you will find that it's our path, and well, you know, we congratulate you to open up the big door from the closet, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a big, huge step, and it's scary, and all of us have been there for sure.
Yeah.
But you will find along your path, it is not a straight path. It's very windy and very, you know, spiral and circular, and you'll come back. Just for an example, when I first started witching, I was always drawn to amethyst. That was my first stone. And then I've been witching for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, about, I don't know, 6 months ago, I circled back to amethyst. I'm like, I haven't touched an amethyst stone in forever. So it's like, it comes back. So, you know, your magic will come to you when you really need it. And now with what's going on with, you know, the universe and the changes, I think a lot of us are being called to step into our magic and change the world. All
Absolutely.
of us need to. Everybody has a gift.
Yeah.
You know, Lindsay has sigils. Ellen has her teas. Tanya does lots of tarot stuff, and Kim does pendulum stuff, right? So she does all of that. So it's and crystals. Crystals are one of the most healing things from Mom Gaia that she has given us to use. Yeah. So we all have our own type of magic that we can do to heal what is going on with us and the world and in the universe. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up, and, you know, congratulations to stepping out of the broom closet.
Thank you. And I did see Lindsay's message that she typed. I will find you on Facebook.
Good. Yeah.
Yes.
She does lots of stuff too. So with sigils, and she'll teach all kinds of cool stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Kim, would you like to share? She has to unmute herself on the button.
You talking to me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, you know,
time of the year, the witch.
I guess I'll start out with telling everyone, you know, I work in the service industry. I work in a dental office. So my life has been about service, and I do healing touch. So working with chakras is something that I do on people every time I do energy work on them for healing. And I've been spending a lot of time working on my own. And Susie knew that I was like all in the air today. She reached out just when I needed her to, because I was all in air today and could not focus on anything. And I got to share with her that today I had received a manifesting bowl from a friend of mine. And I set that up outside, and it was very emotional. Because what's coming up for me is global healing, not for myself, but for the world. And it makes me very emotional because so many people, the energy has got all of this stuff in it from around the world. For people, it's just painful. It's just very painful. People are crying. I can hear their energy. And it's just, it was nice going around the yard like you suggested and asking permission from the trees for their leaves and pulling some flowers and putting them in the bowl and doing some work on that. So for me, it's about working together to globally heal everybody. That's what I have for today.
Thank you for sharing. It's the sacred room that we're healing, right?
Yes.
And the cauldron is the symbol of the sacred womb. Everything, everybody, every energy is created from the sacred womb. So that is we are healing also. And the cauldron does represent that. So that's why, and it's also tied with the metaphysical, emotional kind of energy. So it's no wonder you're feeling all of that, right? And especially as an empath.
Yes, and remembering to ground myself. You know, just before we started here today, I decided to pull a tarot card, and I pulled this guy, the King of Cups.
King of Cups, yep.
Yeah.
So we're all in our emotions today. Which is, you know, it collectively, it's good because, you know, like Jackie said that she needs to remember to be compassionate with herself as she would with others. And that's what a lot of us are struggling with now is, are we taking the time to heal ourselves from this? Are we taking the time to, you know, it's okay. And I struggle from this because I'm like, I just want to sit and just do art and be creative. And I really don't want to do a whole lot. But then when I do that, I'm just like, I feel like I need to keep creating and keep doing in courses and posts. And I'm like, why don't I just give myself some time to rest, right? So a lot of us are feeling guilty about just being in that, you know, center womb, which is creating, which is being nourished again, which is being reborn. Because I'm telling you, this is a rebirth for all of us. And that's why I've never really, and I felt guilty, and I want to hear if you guys feel guilty too, of not really panicking. I felt really guilty about everybody around here is fucking panicking, and I'm sitting here like, I knew this was coming. For many, many months, I knew this is coming from a spiritual standpoint. Well, for a year or so. I mean, you know, the sacred waters were filthy. Mom Gaia was telling us global warming. I pulled, you know, the tarot card. I'm like, this is death and rebirth for us. I am not freaked out about it. And everybody else around me is like, whoa, you know, like one of those, you know, flimsy things you get, but one of those things by the used car sales, the air thing would go, that kind of thing. Everybody's running around like that. And I felt guilty because I'm not panicking, right? But I'm cautious, but I'm not panicking because I knew there had to be a huge shift, right? But we can't go back to where we were at all. So thank you for sharing. And I want to do some channeled message that I want to share with you. Like it was interesting you guys talked about light. So I started off like just writing stuff down like this. And then usually when I do channel messages, it kind of changes. My handwriting kind of changes. And then it gets all like sloppy and weird, right? More lazy. And then this gets kind of weird. So I started off as myself, and I was like, what do I want to heal? And I was like, the nation, humanity, fear, people, anxiety. And then it started channeling. And it was like, we are one, we are many. And it's interesting that you guys said light, because they were like, we come from the light, we come from the dark, we come from beyond. We have lots to do collectively, things to accomplish, and worlds to create. We are many, we are source, we are all. Forgive, let go, rebuild, reconnect, realign. And then I got build, build, build all the time. And then I said, this one is the second page. And it is, the heart has many souls. You are all of many. Love all, love everyone. Help one another. The light is the source of all. The light is many. The light is us. The world is small. We are infinite. We are many. We are connected with one source. one heart, one light, one love, one life, heal each other. So that was the downloaded message, that channeling message that I received. So we've got a lot of work to do, right? We've got a lot of healing. And for our spiritual practice and spiritual connection, it's going to be a little tiring for us, right? But this is what we do, and this is what I tell everybody is witching is hard work sometimes, especially with empaths. So if you guys are doing any healing, make sure you heal yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself. Our norm is going to change. We'll get through it. It's going to change. Everything's going to be fine, but it's going to be a different kind of fine. It's going to be a different kind of connection, a different kind of world, a different kind of humanity, which I think it needs to be in order for us to survive and to be successful. And Ellen said, feel free to add me on Facebook. Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, let me send you all a link, because I think most of you guys are in the Revolution of Witches, right? All right, and you guys, so if anybody wants to find anyone, I'm going to put the link in there, and you just do a search for everybody's name, and then that way it will be easier to find everyone. There we go. So you haven't joined, go ahead and join the group, and that's where everybody hangs out at. And it's a small group. I went from a big group to a small group because I wanted us to be more connected. So you, pretty much everybody in here is pretty active in the group. So Jackie, if you want to connect with any of us, feel free to send us a message and friend request, and we're pretty much in the group. All right, so we're about 5 minutes over. So I feel that we have work to do. We have to heal ourselves first before we can heal others, right? Light your green candles or your pink candles. Do your heart chakras meditation. Think about, instead of reacting to other people, let's take a deep breath and hold them in before we actually respond. Take in only positive stuff at this moment. Put out only positive stuff. Do some meditation. Do some cleansing. Be kind of good to yourselves. Yep, thank you, Ellen, for sharing that. Be compassionate with others. And instead of, and you know, Dr. Phil always says this, and I'm not a fan of Dr. Phil, but this part is really true. He always says it takes 2 sticks to make a fire. So sometimes you just have to remove yourself from situations so you don't ignite that kind of fear, that kind of anxiety, right? Just take away the match. All right. We got witching to do. Light your candles, light your cauldron, get that sacred moon water out. Come back to center, write down what you are here to do, what your goals are. Do your magic. And like I said, post in the group, because all of us together can change this world because it's changing. So we have the opportunity to send out there what we want the universe to manifest with our magic. So if you want to do some spell work around what you want your magic to look like, how you want the new world to be like, do it. And hold on, I'm reading this book, which is really, really good. It's interesting. There's lots of cool stuff in it. It's called Hexing the Patriarchy. It's a really cool book. It's got 26 potions and spells, magical elixirs to rebolden the resistance. Bolden? Something, resistance. So it's a really cool book. So do some spell work around what's going on. Because as a collective energy, we can change it to how we want the world to be. Okay?
Susie, can I interrupt for a quick second?
Sure.
I just want to encourage anyone that it might help. This is my little Kuan Yin.
Aww.
And if you're not familiar with Kuan Yin is the goddess of mercy and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And Kuan Yin's name actually means hears the sounds of the world, as if she hears all of the cries in the world. And I find her incredibly helpful in helping me learn to be compassionate with myself and others. So Kuan Yin, guys, check her out.
Kuan
She could be
Yin.
your best friend right now.
Yes, for sure. Let me see if I have a goddess card that I can show everyone. I'm not sure if I have it out. I have so many in here. I don't know if the Divine Feminine has one. If anybody works with goddesses, thank you for sharing that. I'll look and see if she's in here. She may not be in here. This is the Divine Feminine. But her story is a wonderful story because she has always has the lily. What is it? The lily? Isn't it the lily? Lotus. Sorry, the lotus. The lotus. And the lotus is a beautiful flower, but it only grows in mud, right? So that is her story. From mud, from crap, from destruction and murkiness comes a beautiful beginning, a beautiful rebirth, beautiful new beginning. I'm flipping, sorry y'all. She may not be in here. So she is one to bring in with that. I would think she would be in here. Does anybody here work with goddesses? I know Ellen does.
I'm trying to learn.
Yeah. There's so many. There's so many. Here she is. Kuan Yin. Goddess of compassion. Let me read that to you. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. And I love her sacred symbol that she's holding. Kuan Yin. Love it. So, all right, my sisters, I'm going to blow out our light that connects us all so we can go out into the universe, change things, work our magic, do what we need to do, and put everything out into the universe. All of our healing goes up, all of our compassions. May the winds of our ancestors carry this into the universe for us. All right, my sisters, thank you for joining us. And if you have any other questions, post them in the group or send me a message. It was great connecting with everyone. So happy you guys showed up, and lots of love and compassion. And we're going to change the world to how we want it to be.
Yes.
All right. All right, witch on my. Bye. Blessed be.